Last we left off, our heroes fled the town of Grill, racing into the night by flatboat, and took to the Hollow River, escaping the clutches of Ursa Deverell's Arcana-class pursuers. You officially fell in with this young girl and the town's sheriff, who was vowed to protect her at all costs. En route to Darkvale, at the end of this river, this harbor at the end of the river, the pair intended to get passage out into the ice fields aboard a ship whose captain Kalzura knows from his past. Their plan beyond that stands unknown, and answers are much needed. Many oddities and questions have arisen in such a short span of time. What is Ursa? What is this creature she calls her guardian? What is the dark Icarus form that exists within? And what is she capable of? Likewise, the Arcana-classed. How did they come to pursue you so swiftly? What is the deal with the moths? And who or what commands them? And who or what are they hunting? Many questions, and throughout the next few days and nights you've pondered, conversed, and been shown visions. But answers, if there are any to be found, have been fickle. Nevertheless, you forged forward, and on the morning of the 5th day, as you sailed through peatland and winding marsh, you were greeted with a choice. 2 paths with seemingly marginal differences. After a little investigation, it was deemed to be left to chance, and the left path was chosen. Down this slightly more southerly direction, the Herringon twins pilot and maneuver the flatboat over jagged rock and tight riverbanks. As you neared this mound of rock in a mass to the south bank, you started to notice jagged spears tucked within moss and fallen logs, bits of wood and rock, forming a dam, blocking passage, and sudden signs of an ambush waiting for you to fall into it. Augustus Needed tried to halt the boat, but its collision, unfortunately, snapped the oars along the way, snapping in your hands and falling into the water below. And the flatboat collided, and slightly beaching up upon this barricade. As you begin to investigate and pull yourselves up from being knocked around aboard this boat, and hoping to clear the barricade and suss out what happened, the water around begins to stir, and from the cave mouth a raspy roar echoes. Let's roll initiative.
Oh god.
I casted Mage Armor and I checked off a spell slot. Did that at the end of the last game?
Yes, you did.
I'm gonna use real dice. I'm gonna use my dice that my sister gave me, my D&D sister. It was good, D&D sister.
25 to 20.
23.
Wow.
Rolled a 19 on the dice.
Whoa.
On my pretty Warren Bunny Twins dice that Allie gave me.
Just checking my initiative.
Okay.
But I rolled an 11.
I thought you were gonna beat me. I thought that was what you were checking for.
No, you'll be in the next group though. 20 to 15.
18.
I think it's 14. Yeah.
And
Sucks
Enid.
I rolled a 6.
Great.
I rolled a 1 plus 5, so 6.
Oh.
Yeah. Great start.
Oh, bother.
How do I play this character? Great. Cool. We have all our spells though.
Yes, so this is, as a reminder in terms of timing, this is relatively early in the day. You hit this kind of crossing there, that split at about like 9 in the morning, like early in the morning. And this is not too far on past that point. So it's still relatively early in the day. You are all full spells, full ready to rock. And yeah, Andy, as you pointed out, as soon as things start to get a little squirrely and Augustus kind of alerted you to something weird ahead, you cast Mage Armor. Everyone else began to kind of amass, group up, and unfortunately, you did get caught up in this. At the top of the initiative round here, Augustus, what do you do?
Can you give me a little point to where I am here? I think I'm on the east side of the boat. Is that me?
This is you right here.
Okay, that's who I thought. Great.
Enid is on the opposite side, and basically both of these sections are kind of open to the water where you could stand on the edge and be kind of pushing off with those oars that have now snapped and fallen in. Cal is up on the back here, and he's like about to rush forward. Ursa and Andy were just coming up front here. I put DeCrane here, but you could have repositioned anywhere you wished. What do you do?
Feeling a little spooked, I'll look to Nettie for some reassurance just to make sure we're okay, and I'll say something like, "We're not in Marabella anymore." And as I'm like feeling that and having Ray kind of like start to whiz around me to orbit me, I think he just starts to open his hand and a ball of flame, almost like this radiating light starts to appear. And I'm going to do produce flame as a cantrip, but I'm going to hold it to throw at anything if it pops up from the water.
Sounds good. Just a point of clarification. Is Ray activated right now? Like
No. Just doing her thing.
All good. So do you want to hold your position there?
Yes, I think...
I will just point out, like, this is tall enough that you wouldn't have visual to the left. You could see anything on the right. You could see anything behind and more or less anything ahead. But anything past this point over to here, you were hidden behind this.
Then I'm going to jump up on top of that.
No problem.
Just have a look around, make sure.
With a bonus action, given that you were already aware of what was kind of coming, unfortunately you failed to stop it. I will give you the chance to perceive as a bonus action, as you're already kind of aware, if you want to use your bonus for that.
I will happily take that. I got, good, 21, 15 on the dice.
Okay, that is very good. Hang on. Yeah, absolutely. With the kind of slightly higher position now that you find yourself, you can't see anything within the cave itself, though you do see like what seems like there's a little bit of a light kind of coming through the top, and you do see what looks like something shift, but it's in shadow. Like you can't see anything, you just get a shift. But your Herringon ears do pick up the sounds in the water behind as you see kind of slipping into the water and creeping along the water what looks like a crocodile. It's like dark scales blending nicely in with the moss as it begins to creep towards the boat.
Classic low-level D&D, I love it. Can you point to where the cave is? Is it in the north side of this map? Or where I saw that shift of movement?
The cave mouth is this little opening.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of is built up about 15 feet or so of just mounds of rock and moss and trees. But you can see this little cave mouth right here. And from your elevated position, you can see like there's like a bit of a hole down into it where like light is coming through. And there was a shift somewhere inside there.
Would you allow me to throw into the cave?
You can, well, does it require you to hit a creature? Because it's not like a fireball.
Let me see. Produce flame. Flickering flame appears in your hand. The flame remains there for the duration and harms neither you nor your equipment. Flame sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for additional 10 feet. You can also attack with the flame, although doing so ends the spell. You cast the spell as an action. Make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 fire damage.
I mean, you think you see a creature, so I'll give it to you, but it's at disadvantage.
That seems good. I'm almost using it to like see what's there too, so that's cool with me.
Sure.
Okay, range spell attack plus 6 to this, so this is rolled a 15 again, so 21.
At disadvantage?
Oh, let me roll again. Way lower, 12.
Okay, well, I mean, you do fire this little small fireball into the cavern, this small, like, just, bursts of fire and radiant light, and it kind of slams into the side of the wall. But it doesn't provide too much light. It does banish the shadows for a minute. You don't immediately see a creature, and it just and it fizzles away. Unfortunately, not striking a target. But for a moment, you did see like the glisten of a cave that does seem to descend further than just this immediate mouth.
And then I think I'll just say like something moved in there. That's it.
Okay. End of Augusta's turn takes us to Andy. Andy, a reminder.
Oh boy.
Would have just come up from like below decks, just at the front of the ship here.
Right, so I have no context. All I know is that something heavy hit the boat. No one. Do we hear like a growl or something? Sorry,
Yes.
remind me. Yes. Okay, coming from the
Kind of growl, guttural roar directly to your left in this cave,
Right.
which you have a much better line of sight on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anyone in behind me who's like waiting to come up?
Nope, everyone is above decks. It was just you and Ursa.
Right. Well, I don't know that there's a random crocodile on the other side, so I might tuck in around, going like clockwise to the side. Yeah, just kind of right there, like so I can still see though, like up at the corner, just kind of like, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit. I'll just call out. I'm not gonna like use my action to persuade or anything, but just kind of call out like a. Oh god, I haven't done my accent yet today, guys. This is not gonna sound Australian.
I already felt like mine was off. Don't worry. We're warming up, audience. We're warming up to these.
Haven't touched it. We don't mean any harm. Just we're just trying to get through, and I'm gonna hold Mind Sliver. I think is that my only range.
Ooh, cool.
Cantrip.
Okay.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah, you begin to hold Mind
Just for something to like come out, not just like anything I see, but like something to come out intimidatingly or like it's gonna attack us.
Yeah, for sure.
Question from the audience. What does that look like when Andy holds Mind Sliver?
I think right now it's more just her. She has a hand on her astrolabe, and that starts to glow.
Okay, cool.
And starts the anywhere that thing glows. Any tattoos that are near it kind of start to almost like black light glow too, like just from the light of the astrolabe. But it's light outside, so it's not as obvious.
Sick.
Oh,
Look at this boy.
Yeah. So early morning, though, it is kind of like gloomy here. There's a thick overcast to the sky, a gray sky, so it's not quite as bright as it should be in the morning, and just like the general vicinity does add this kind of gloom and haze. So they do stand out a little bit, but yeah, certainly not as if it was full dark. Anything for a bonus?
I don't have like any bonus actions, I think, so I think that's it.
Okay, then you hold on to Mind Sliver. That'll take us to Decrane.
So I'm just trying to see in the image. Am I on the top level or the level below?
This is you right at
Okay.
the front, so you would have just seen this coming, like kind of rushed up to see, but unfortunately we're unable to like stop anything from happening. Held your ground and are now kind of holding at the kind of like the ship is the flap out is kind of risen up like 3 or 4 feet, like not exceptionally, but you can still hear the grinding and shifting of like water rushing, wood kind of like scraping and grinding directly beneath you.
Could I jump onto the rock next to it and like get a better look
Definitely.
kind of thing?
Go ahead and just make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
Feels very shades of Hondo. Shades of Hondo the blue over here.
I'm not abandoning.
10 on the dice.
What is your acrobatics?
It is 5. Sorry, +5.
Okay, yeah. As you leap off this onto like slick moss covered rock, you do slide like and are able to catch catch yourself and almost like slide into a low 3-point stance, holding yourself as you kind of slide like an extra 5 feet further than you might have expected, but you do hold your ground. And now on the other side here you do see a couple things, here and here, which you would have seen earlier, but now there are 3 points where there are spears and chains like heavily dug in deep into the ground, clearly like barricades waiting to kind of spring forth and catch anything that is making its way through here. This is designed to capture. Directly underneath the ship, there is a clearly orchestrated pile of crates, barrels, logs, like just stuff, just shoved and jammed with some rock, and you can see it's waterlogged. You can see it's breakable things. It's mostly wood, but it's a significant portion of it. And that's really what's caught up here, as well as a little bit of rock. This is a tight channel to make its way through. It will require the full dam be removed, and the some careful maneuvering to get the ship out without significant damage. So it's going to take a little bit of time.
I'm going to load my star wheel.
Okay, yeah. Drawing the star wheel, kicking back the hammer, and spinning the barrel. You are 4 shots loaded, ready. Are you holding a shot?
Yeah, I'm going to hold.
Okay. You hold your pistol aimed, hoping for something to show itself. That's really nothing of interest to anybody else because no one The only one who's in the immediate sight of that is Andy, and that is not news to Andy. So that is going to end your turn. Anything for a bonus, actually?
No. People would have would everyone have known about the barricades and
Augustus called out something ahead, and then you slammed into stuff. So I think for the most part, Andy's smart enough to piece that together. Cal and Ursa maybe aren't quite aware of what's happening. Enid is also very perceptive. You would have seen the same. So everyone is now aware you're caught up on something. The immediate threat, however, is beyond just what you're caught up on. There's obviously the sound of a creature or people who are preparing an ambush. Something else is underway here. It just hasn't reared its angry head yet. So, preparations being made.
Okay.
DeCrane holds. Andy holds. That takes us to a question. What's everyone's passive perceptions, please?
16.
16. Okay.
Garbage.
Numeral garbage.
Yep, same.
Just don't consider mine.
Yours is garbage too, or 16?
No, ours is 16 as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I was like, you gotta
mine's
be good at
15.
it.
So,
11.
with the three of you who have the high passive perception, unfortunately, Andy, not quite high enough. Ursa, even though she's right there, not quite high enough. Cal's passive, no, not quite gonna do it. The three of you who do see this happen, you watch as heaving itself from this kind of hole right here, you see a bluish green skinned creature, long limbs reach up high and heave it up, and it's moving slowly and carefully, trying to be quiet and evade sight, though you're already drawn to it. And you watch as this large creature pulls itself up quietly, carefully creeping up and out of this hole and slipping back behind, out of sight.
We scared it off, guys. Session over.
We did it.
Woohoo!
Augustus and Enid. Can you guys see that on camera? Yeah, okay.
Yep. We see a little creature hiding. What's that?
Point is, this creature stands about 9 feet tall, but it is crouching low and keeping itself, trying to hide in this brush and moss, and it does blend in because you see heavy thick fur or pelt mingled with moss along its back of this long bipedal humanoid creature. Long stringy strands of blackish tangled hair, and a face that is green and bluish skin, but scabbed and elongated into a snout. You can see tusks rising from lower jaw, almost like an emaciated orc.
Yucky.
It gets to there, and unfortunately can't move closer just yet. But you do have a bead on it, both of you. DeCrane, you saw it come up, but you lose sight of it past its initial emergence from the cave. If you wanted to, you could take a shot when it emerged. It would be at disadvantage, and it would have 3/4 cover. So I'll tell you, it's not a good shot. You could hold. Okay.
I'll hold.
That's its turn. That takes us to our crocodile friend. Crocodile swims up alongside Enid. And Enid, as you are focused on this creature who's creeping around the corner, this crocodile manages to swim almost silently up next to you, and using its powerful tail, launches from the water and snaps at your leg.
No. Stay away.
Ooh, yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh, God.
Enid, as this crocodile leaps out of the water, you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh, my God.
It latches onto your leg and pulls you down into the water.
No.
Oh no!
That's my sister.
You all hear a yelp of pain and a heavy splash as this large crocodile drops back down into the water with Enid in its jaws. Your leg is still held in its mouth, and you are restrained by it currently.
Jeez.
A second works its way up around and slips over to here, but it can't quite get up to you as of yet. But it can get like up on like, here, I'll move this, so it's kind of like coming up out of the water, almost up onto the edge beside you, Andy. If you wanted to, you do have your held mind sliver. You do see this creature like come out of the water and is like pulling itself onto the boat.
Yep. I will release that.
Okay. What do I do?
Intelligence save.
Thank you. I'll also say, Decrane, with your passive perception, you do also see this. If you wanted to lose a shot, you are free to. It will have a little bit of extra cover, but it's up to you.
I'll still hit it. Yeah.
Definite fail.
Great. So he takes 1 point of damage, but also has a negative 1d4 to its next saving throw.
Okay.
I will put a d4 to try to remember.
Thank you. Negative d4.
What does that look like now that it did its thing, Andy?
This is just a cantrip, so it's nothing wild. But I think it's just through the little astrolabe of it, like kind of like pulse with pretty like multicolored, almost white, orange, blue little speckles of like like those machines that like put stars on the ceiling, how they have like little pokes of light through them.
Yeah.
Just like a flare like that she just like freaks out and turns towards it and directs it out that way. But you don't really see, like, it's psychic damage, so you don't really see anything. It just kind of
strikes into it.
Yeah, its brain gets a little wonked.
Okay, as you unleash that, we come to Calzura's turn. Cal.
Come on, Cal.
He's caught between, there's a crocodile right there coming for the squishy little wizard, who's not so little, but is
not so squishy.
And a bunny
squishy either.
Right into water. Now he would go for over here. He leaps down, blade in hand, 2 strikes into this crocodile. Let's see, 2 of his longsword attacks. Both of those are definitely going to hit. 2-handed, 2 d10s.
2d10s? Man, this guy's a pro.
There we go. 13 points of damage.
Nice.
He manages to bring the blade down hard with the first one and like nearly chopping like its like leg off, and then like spearing through its like below its jaw, like punching through its tongue. Like that was near a mortal wound. It's nearly destroyed already, and it turns snapping at Calzura with a bonus action.
Significantly better than my single point of headache damage.
Yes. Actually, he doesn't have a bonus action here, so he's just gonna just try and keep his focus and just, come here, and he's just trying to like goad it onto him. That is gonna end Cal's turn. Ursa sprints around to this. Actually, she's gonna sprint over to this side, and she just starts yelling and just, she's in the water. She's in the water. Something's got her. That's all she can do. That takes us from Ursa to Enid. We come to you. First question for you. What's your Constitution modifier?
+1.
Okay, so you can hold your breath for 2 minutes.
Okay.
You can take your turn. You are restrained. That doesn't hugely impact you as of now, but you have 0 speed. Attacks against you have disadvantage. You would fail. You would have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and your attacks will have disadvantage.
Can I try hitting it with my fist, like just punching it? Because that's probably what she would do.
Yeah, absolutely. You can try and punch it. It's not going to do a ton of damage. I'll guarantee you.
You could also try to like break the grapple, like hit it to try to like get out of there.
Yeah.
You can take an action to try and escape the grapple, definitely with an acrobatics check.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, go ahead and roll an
Punch
acrobatics.
it in the face until it lets go of you.
Yeah, and your acrobatics is just like kicking and spinning away.
Ooh, that's a 23.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Like 3 or 4 punch kicks, just like a fury, and it just like it opens its jaws just a little, and you're able to kick off and swim away. The grapple is broken. You now have your full move and are free of it. Where do you move to?
I'm gonna climb back up on the boat.
All right. Throw me an athletics check. The water's not incredibly deep here, but it's not low enough that you can stand and reach up. So this is a little bit of like having to physically pull and like chin up yourself, with hard to reach.
12.
That's enough. You manage to pull yourself back up onto here, standing beside Ursa there. Easy enough. That uses half your movement. Do you want to stay right there, or do you want to move any further?
No, I'll stay there, and she'll just kind of be like, "Oh, someone wants to play."
Ursa just kind of gives you a look of like shock and awe as you just pulled yourself from the jaws of a crocodile, and she doesn't say anything more. It's just kind of like back and forth, looking at you and looking back down to the water. But that is going to end your turn, unless you have anything for a bonus action.
Nope, that's good.
Okay, top of the round, Augustus.
Panic turns to like classic Nettie, shaking of the head. She reemerges. I think he will just throw another produce flame down at this thing, not even thinking about it, just acting on instinct. He's like able to summon this magic. Accidentally pressed the wrong button.
Which creature?
The gator who attacked Nettie.
Okay, it's in water, so it will have resistance to your fire.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, but there's the other one who's still alive, right?
Yeah, there's one that's right behind you.
Maybe I'll just attack that one then.
Sure.
That's 20.
Yes, definitely.
Straight.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
5.
With 5 points of damage. You, with its open jaws, as Cal is kind of like prying them open with his own blade, you fire your radiant blast into its jaws, and it bursts on the inside and falls back down into the water with a heavy splash.
That was kind of cool. It's kind of gross.
Cal kind of looks up to you, shakes his hand for a second. Nice shot. And he just begins to like charge forward to the next thing. That's your action.
I don't really have bonus actions because it's a full action to use Ray. Let me just check here quick. Bonus action. So yeah, I'm just going to... That's it.
Okay.
Actually, I have a healing word that I can use. So I think I'll use that on Nettie because she took damage there a lot.
Sure.
So I'll just say like, just try to be careful, Nettie. And then cast healing word. So Nettie, you get 6 health back.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Are you going to stay where you are up on the top of the ship?
Yes, yeah, I like that spot.
Okay. Andy, we come to you. Decrane, you're up next.
Okay, well, the only thing I had potentially is gone. I heard that there's a croc over there, but I can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that there's another fucker because my passive perception is in the gutter. So I think I'm mostly worried about Ursa right now.
Mm-hmm.
Partially for her safety and partially because I don't want her friend to come out if she's too scared. So if can I try to get up on top of the top there?
Yeah, easy.
Augustus. I just want to be able to see everyone. All of my own team.
Yep, from here, from that position, you can easily see everyone.
Okay. Just looking around wildly, I might just have to hold something else because I can't see the gator from here, right?
You can. It's submerged in the water. Like, it's not like fully at the surface. It's a couple feet below water, and it would have a little bit of cover from the edge of the ship.
Right, but if I use like Mind Sliver again, would that count as like creature I can see? Or I guess what's the range on that? Maybe I should check that.
No, you're good. You can use that, yeah, for sure.
60 feet. So
Yeah. It's like 20 feet from you at most.
yeah,
If you want to use Mind Sliver, definitely.
yeah, I will because I don't think any of my other shit's gonna work right now. Yeah, I will do that. So it's another intelligence save.
Nope, that's a 9.
Great. 2 points damage this time. God damn it.
Hey, we're moving up.
And I'll hold the D4 in case that comes up in the next.
Is it on ability check save? It's just on the next ability check save?
No, on the next saving throw specifically.
Okay. Cool.
Subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn.
Okay, great. That's your action, and it only costs you about 10 feet of movement.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to move. I don't have any bonus actions, so I might just like call down to Ursa to be like, you might want to move. Get at least away from the side.
She seems a little shaken at first, and then realizes like, but I want to help.
You can help by not getting too overwhelmed.
She just kind of doesn't say anything more. There's not enough time. But here's your words. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Decrane, we come back to you, unfortunately, with no other targets for you to see. Your shot is held and still prepped and ready to fire, but you don't see anything immediately. What do you do with your turn?
I'm thinking, should I investigate for any other like traps or blockades or anything like that?
Sure. It would take your action, but you could investigate to see if there's anything else that you can't see here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Or like what specifically would need to be moved or whatever to release us could be cool.
17 roll.
Nice.
Plus your investigation if you have any bonus.
And my investigation is 0.
Okay, so
Nice.
So, for the most part, this is a relatively imperfect, ambush or trap. The material that is blocking you, that is underneath the boat right now, it's just wood and stuff. It's just shit that was just thrown into a pile, but it's enough and it's jammed enough to cause a flatboat like this just to like rise up enough, and the water power is not strong enough to push you forward. With enough force, you could just bash through this thing. You could smash through this, like smash the actual barrier and dam. The only other thing that's at play here that you can see and feel confident in is this series of spears, and this series of spears will rake the shit out of your ship and will tear the sides, and which will obviously provide significant leakage and likely sink the ship. Right now, there has been damage to the ship up on this corner from this one, from where they were unable to stop it. So already there's a leak that will need to be repaired. You can do that with Andy's capabilities with enough time. But if you guys were to like try and blast your way through this, the ship is very likely not to succeed.
Oh boy. Okay.
So, yeah, you're kind of, nothing has immediately happened yet, but moving forward, it's like there's like a trap that like it pinches in, so it doesn't hurt, but as soon as you try to pull away, it'll rip away.
And just to double check, no one's made any efforts to try and get us to move away or like break through, right? Okay, good.
So far, only anyone's attacks have been focused on creatures. You've heard like fighting, but there's been nothing more. The ship has not really moved. You've seen it kind of like rock a little bit with people moving about, but not a ton.
I'll tell, I don't even know if everyone would hear me, but I'll just be like, whatever everyone does, do not try and break free.
Noted.
Okay.
Any move to break free will result in our destruction.
Great.
It's always so serious.
And that's it. Yeah.
Are you going to stay there, and do you want to use any bonus actions if you have any? You could.
No, I will stay.
Okay. No worries. You're pretty dexterous. Like you could get up onto solid land. You could get back onto the boat. You could even. That'd be a hard jump, but you could leap across the other side. But if you want to hold, you can hold.
Yeah, I'm going to stop.
Okay. That takes us to our friendly neighborhood monster.
The spooky, scary one in the woods?
Mm-hmm. The creature you watch burst with speed out of the woods and in a terrifying series of movements of long mottle skin, long limbs, leaps and like tears through the woods, leaps off the rock and bounds across, leaping 15 feet and landing atop the back of the ship. And with its attacks, is going to make a claw. It can reach out and it's going to claw into Cal. It's going to claw into Augustus.
Yeah, that was good.
See what else it does. Against Cal.
Hear that from here.
Yeah, I dropped it.
Then we got to roll on the table.
21 to hit for Cal.
Sorry, Cal.
Party, we can handle it.
Oh, a 10 against Augustus.
Oof, thank God it's a miss.
You watch as the claw jams down with the added height and the length of claws. The claws like jam down into like the clavicle, like the shoulder and like behind the neck, and dig deep into right behind his like shoulder armor under the neck. And he lets out a fuck as these claws rake him for. Where's my die? There it is. Actually, not terrible. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
It was a low roll for sure. With seeing that, he strikes a heavy claw on the other hand across you, but you manage to very quickly dodge. As you kind of put yourself in a little bit of an off position to dodge, you watch with surprising speed. He lowers himself onto all fours and lashes out with a bite, trying to bite. That is a 20 to hit.
Definitely hits.
That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
He bites hard into your arm, and just like you just feel instantly this teeth, and the stench is fucking horrid. This decay and rotting fish and just the worst smells in his breath as it begins to soak into your fur, and you watch your blood begin to seep down its chin, and it laps it up. And it stays right there. That is going to end its turn.
Cool.
The crocodile ain't done yet.
This clown.
I'm going to roll randomly to see if it goes for Enid or Ursa. With equal reasons for both. Enid, spitefully wants to attack you for kicking it in the face. Ursa's the easier meal, so I'm gonna roll a d4. On an even, it's Ursa. On odd, it is Enid.
Oh no, Ursa.
Oh, of course, it's cocked. That's a 3.
Okay.
We're coming for you. Another bite as it rises up out of the water. Stay in the... Oh, that's a 4. So 8 total.
Levi's laughing at you. Look at him. He's like, a 4? Come on.
Rises up and snaps. But you're able to kind of kick away again as it falls back down in the water. A second failure, you watch it swim out of sight.
By punk.
That is Cal's turn. Cal is going to maneuver around to the backside here. Flank with this fella and make his 2 attacks against our monster. That's a natural 20.
Cal, let's go.
And 3, so win some, lose some. That's going to get in the damn box.
I'm having a hard time today.
That's a 7, that's a 14, and 3.
Nice.
That is 17 points of damage.
Oof, fuck yeah.
Cal, how do you want to do this? Let's go.
Not quite yet. You watch as Cal leaps up and like pulls himself up, and he just like with one hand rakes his blade across the back leg, the right leg, as he kind of climbs up, and he lops the leg completely off of this creature. You watch its right leg just fall and begin to kind of spasm beside it as it falls down onto the stump of its right leg. And the leg is just kind of flopping around there as Cal stands up full, tries to stab down, and the creature catches his arm and looks back at him quite angrily. Actually, Cal, before he ends his turn, is just going to shout, "Ursa, get the fuck inside!"
Ursa, be cool. Try and be calm, Ursa.
She is going to rush around the tip and is going to use her sling and flip a sling at this creature.
That's cute.
With a 14, she hits.
Come on.
Yay!
You don't need a scary ink slime monster.
She deals 2 points of damage.
Way to go.
And you can see she's very proud of herself. Yeah. Fuck you. That is Ursa's turn as she stands there. And we come to Enid.
Okay. How close is the
Big scary
crocodile?
guy.
Yeah, big scary guy.
Big scary guy is within 5 feet above you and towering over you in your small diminutive size. This thing is standing 9 feet tall, and then 5 feet on top of this, the roof of this thing. It looks like massively imposing, like a giant over top of you. Though it did just fall into its right stump of a leg.
Yeah.
It still looks massive. It's technically within 5 feet of you. You'd have to leap up to make an attack. As bunnies, that's not so crazy. But it would be like you'd have to jump and hit. And there's no longer any room up on the top now. It's full of our various party members and monsters.
Okay. I will attempt to jump and shoot at its head. Ooh, 22.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely hits. You leap up, draw, and fire in one smooth motion. You watch.
Yeah, clap, Levi, clap.
Go ahead and roll damage as he's so focused on the limb, having just been lopped off. The arrow pierces into the kind of shoulder meat. How much damage does he take?
19.
19.
He took 19 damage?
How'd you get 19 points of
Oh,
damage?
sorry. Nope. 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang,
There you go.
that's so amazing.
I know. I'm like, what?
That's still very good. 10 is amazing with a D8. Like,
Yeah.
very good roll. Excellent. Okay. Awesome. That is going to be. Oops. 1 sec. That is the end of your turn. Are you going to stay there? Or are you going to move?
No, I'm gonna stay there.
Great. Top of the round, Augustus. Your hand you pull back from the creature's mouth as it now is like roaring with Kalzar having lopped its leg off, but your left arm is throbbing in pain.
I think he's never been in a fight like this before. I think he and Nettie have played and maybe gotten in a schoolyard scrap or something like this. But I think that bite of pain, he feels something different inside him, and instead of where he was feeling nervous before, he feels angry. And so with his left arm kind of bloody, his right arm starts to glow, and his little hand almost turns claw-like, almost starting to crackle. And so he's gonna stab down at this guy with his clawed hand using primal savagery.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And for all that description, it was a nat 1.
Oh.
I think it's fair to say you have your intention. You want to attack, but this thing roaring with your blood pouring out of its mouth, it's still fighting with its leg lopping and flopping beside of you, taking that arrow from Nettie, and it didn't even pay any mind. And it's directly in your face, and it is 3 times the size of you. Pure fear overwrites your like desire for anger and hate, and you make the attack. You see the power within you capable, but the willpower is still not quite there of a full-fledged adventurer.
I think Ray, sensing my trepidation there and fear, is just going to circle around me and kind of just like come into me a tiny bit. And I'm just going to cast Healing Word on myself, but we'll pretend like it's a Ray thing.
Okay, sounds good. Burning through those spells. Love it.
So that's 5 health back to me.
Okay, great. That is a guy. Are you going to stay there?
Yeah, because I'm still in combat with this bad boy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to risk an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Andy, come to you.
Kyle, if I shifted, could I give Nettie a spot on the top?
It's not quite capable for each of you to... It's not like quite... It is technically like wide enough on terms of like the size of board, but in terms of combat space, it's not 5 and 5.
Gotcha,
like
then don't worry about it.
6 or 7 feet wide. Like,
Cool.
Well, that's gonna be my next question too, is if I can get in there or not. But if I can't,
you can occupy like the same space as Augustus for a time, but you can't stay there. So you will take the attack of opportunity when you're done.
yeah, I don't want to do that. A question about like these spears.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like secured? Well,
I mean,
they must be, right?
They're secure enough in the fact that they're like impaling your bow and not falling over.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're like, you know, shoved into the ground with enough force. Mm-hmm. If you're thinking of like catapult purposes,
yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll to see how strong your like telekinetic abilities are. If you want to make a bonus action like check before you do that, I'll give it to you.
My other question is, does this guy still look like he has a lot of fight in him?
Oh yeah. Like he just doesn't seem like it's totally phased. He seems like pissed, but like pissed is not scared or running.
Okay. And I'm trying to figure out how many potential hit points he has to see if this one spell's worth it.
I'm a tiny little bunny standing in front of a 9-foot tall moss monster.
I'll give you, Andy.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to gauge almost like a know your enemy situation, you can roll an Arcana or Nature check to see if you understand what this creature is. Okay. That might help inform your, and based on your roll, I'll give you some information. So Arcana or Nature would be your...
Would that be an action?
Here's what we'll do. It can be a bonus and you get less. It can be an action and you get more.
I think I need my action.
Okay. So bonus action will give you like kind of very base information based on the DC I set.
Okay.
With this creature, the DC is going to be a 14.
Okay. I'm going to do Arcana, right? Because it's either Arcana or Nature.
Yep.
I'll do Arcana. Oh, natural 19 plus 5.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. You have heard many a tale of creatures in the wild who will fight and never seem to tire and never seem to falter. The trolls of various stories and history of these monstrous beasts are of carnivorous and never-ending hunger. This definitely resembles a troll, maybe not a full troll. Seems like a, more aquatic base than what you would expect. From the tales, they do. Swamps are kind of like the go-to areas. This is swamp adjacent, but it definitely is exemplifying the traits of a troll, and the key trait of a troll, which you, with a 19 total of 20 something, gather is trolls are capable of withstanding great pain through regenerative flesh and abilities.
Okay. All right. I'll kind of call out to everybody. This thing's, no matter how much we hit it, this thing's going to probably keep trying to come back. You need something big or something different. I'm going to get down How tall is this center section?
It's like 5 feet.
Okay, I'm tall. So, like, in theory, if I was in the center section, if I was down the next level,
Mhm.
could I, in theory, either, like, swipe up at it or cast a spell up at it?
Yeah.
Maybe not this turn, but, like, maybe another turn?
No, it's also tall enough. Like, you know, you're tall. You're 6 some odd feet tall. Like, you can see over it.
Yeah.
So you're
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Shit, but I gotta make sure I can still see Enid. And who else is on the left side? Is it just Enid right now?
Currently, just Enid. Ursa's moved up to the top corner. The crane is still on the rock. Then
Okay.
Augustus and Cal are on opposite sides of our troll.
Okay.
Troll.
All right. After all that, I think I'm gonna try to let it take one more round of damage before I try what I was going to.
Okay.
So my other thing has not been doing that much damage. So if I swing around, would I be able to whack up at it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. This will be 30 feet to get you right there. So that's your full move. And you can attempt to hit it.
I'm gonna use my thingy, renamed True Strike, new True Strike, which doesn't suck.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Divine Strike.
Oh, that doesn't hit.
What's total?
No. Like 9.
You do have Portland.
Do important, but I'm not wasting on this shit.
All right. Unfortunately, yeah, and just trying to get around, trying to think too much about it, and I think what really happens is as you rush over, its leg that's flopping around flops down off and rolls onto you as you go to strike, and it's just like, whoa, what the fuck? And you just kind of, curl your way out, and your strike just hits the side of the boat.
I forget to actually cast the magic part, and I just try to hit it with my stick.
Yeah, it's just a stick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not going to do it. So, Andy, that ends your turn.
Yeah.
DeCrane, we come to you.
DC.
You do have line of sight on it now, as it's even in its kind of crouched position. You would have line of sight, and it would be 5, 10, about 40, 45 feet from you.
Yeah, I'll go for it.
You gonna take a shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a shot.
Fuck
All
this
right.
guy up, DeCrane. Show me what you got.
Oh boy.
It's not that great. It's a 6 on the dice.
6. And my star wheel is a +7.
Oh,
Not bad, but unfortunately not going to do it with... Wait, what is that, 13?
yeah.
Yeah.
13 is its AC. 13 just.
Oh, nice.
13 is its armor class. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, let me just check. 1d10 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled a 4.
7 points.
Critical hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so for the first time, what does it look like when DeCrane draws the star wheel and fires and strikes?
This is going to be. So I walked my feet, and the whole time I'm looking at my target, and then I just pull it out with the tip of my finger. I spin the gun like this into position, and then I go.
You watch as instantaneously you hear an explosive sound from off the side of the boat. It draws all of your attention, except Andy. He wouldn't be so scared, so surprised, but it still draws your attention, I think. And then it just explodes into the kind of the side of this creature as it's kind of bent over into like the love handle of this creature. Just a splatter of mist of red splatters Calzura in the back as your shot connects. The creature does howl, but just in almost in glee of the pain.
This guy's weird.
That's your shot. The barrel rotates to the second, and are you going to hold position there or move?
Can I see where I am on the map now that I've moved?
Well, you're still up here, and it's over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Maybe I'll stay on the rocks, but I'll move a bit closer. So just move down a bit.
Just down like to this edge.
Yeah.
Sure, no problem. Easy enough. If that ends your turn, that'll take us to our river troll. Scott, how much damage did I deal to you in his bite?
I think it was
8?
7.
7.
Oh no, it was 8 because it was half my HP, so 8.
8. Beautiful. Directly in front of you, Andy and Augustus. Unfortunately, Enid, you've now dropped down with your jump. You don't quite see this. Cal is behind it, so he doesn't see this. Your blood in its mouth, even through all the damage it's sustaining, you watch some of its wounds begin to seal as it heals, lapping up with this long blue tongue the blood that is kind of dripping around its elongated snout, and it heals for that damage. To there. You then watch. Oh shit! I said its leg fell, didn't I? No. You then watch as he was gonna grab his leg. He does have long limbs.
Is he gonna hit us with his leg?
He was gonna do something with his leg.
That's pretty dope.
Instead, what he's going to do is turn to. You're right in front of him. Cal's right behind you, though. I'm going to do another split roll between whether he's going to go for you or for Cal. It's a difficult choice on either side, but I'm going to give. I'm going to roll a d4 again. Augustus, your evens. Cal is odds.
Bring it.
Here we go. The roll is a 1.
Cal, your evens. Augustus is odds. It's me.
He is going to reach out with both arms, and you think it's going to be a claw. You begin to defend as he comes to like attack you with both claws, but instead he bear hugs, and he's going to attempt to grapple you. Go ahead and make an acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
Okay, I'm gonna do acrobatics. Not good at all. 8.
Oh, he definitely beats that.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
What is
Important.
what is he roll now?
Scott on the dice, 18.
Well, hold on. I still have the DC or the roll still happens. So what does 18 plus your acrobatics become?
20.
A 20 is equal to a 16 plus 4. But the tie goes to defender.
Defender wins, yeah.
My lord. Andy. Saved my life.
What does your portent in this moment, what does it look like?
I don't think anyone else sees this. But for her, it's like everything slows to bullet time, and then there's like a shift in color. Everything's a little inverted, very dark, and it's like as everything slows, a form made of like starlight like steps out of her in slow motion, looking around, and there's little points of light kind of tethered with these wispy trails all over the place, and she's reaching up slowly and like pulling certain ones and pulling this way, and has to move quicker and quicker and reaching out and taking steps closer and closer to Augustus before she pulls one last one and kind of nods, and then it whips back to playing back, and everything kind of rewinds half a second before it goes forward again, and it's like a something that would have hit before is just missing. Augustus takes a step to the left instead of the right, and like foot slides on some of the blood, so you duck just out of the way.
The bear hug of the troll.
And the little bit of deja vu.
Yeah, Augustus, this feels very odd for a moment. Then the creature, as it like reels back and like falls off to the side, like unstable with its missing leg, pulls away from you and just whirls onto Cal.
Damn, that was really cool.
He's going to dive towards Cal and using his second attack do the same. The grapple check from the Troll is a 19. The grapple
Cal.
dodge from Cal with a +5 athletics is a 2.
Oh, got one reaction. I'm sorry, I can't help that one.
Sorry, Cal.
The troll grabs,
Oh,
submerges under the water.
Was Cal wearing armor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Not like full heavy plate, but certainly a breastplate and some greaves and braces.
That's heavy.
That ends his turn. And yeah, they're kind of out of sight. They
Shit.
dive below the water. That is going to be the troll's turn. Decrane, ever having shot your pistol from beneath the waves of your boat, a crocodile leaps up and attempts to grab hold of your leg,
Nice.
and is going to make an attack against you. Decrane, that is going to be a 14 to hit.
My AC is 14.
Okay, so that does hit. You suffer 8 points of piercing damage. And the crocodile grabs hold of your leg, and on the slippery rocks, you do slip down into the water with it. On both sides, our heroes fall to the water.
DC went over too. Oh God.
That ends the crocodile's turn.
Did we all hear that, Kyle?
It would have happened almost simultaneously, but I think with your high passive, you definitely hear both
The
sides.
splashes? Okay, cool.
And same with Enid. I think Andy, your focus on the portent and lack of perception, you don't see Decrane go down. You obviously saw Cal. That is going to take us to Cal's turn. He's going to try and break the grip. No. Cal can hold his breath for 3 minutes.
He's a dragon man.
Yeah, he's fine. He's going to make some attacks. Even at disadvantage, he's going to try and just carve into this bitch. Just trying to stab while being grappled. 11, unfortunately, not going to hit. Ooh. A 15 does, so he does get one off. Ooh, 11 points of slashing damage. Nice.
Pretty good.
Not terrible for being dragged underwater by a river troll. That is going to end his turn and take us to Ursa. Ursa is panicked with the loss of Cal. 5, 10,
Be cool.
30. She sprints past you. Boop, boop, boop. She gets to the edge here and is just panicked, and as she runs by, just no. She gets right to the edge. That's all she's gonna do. Enid, we come to you.
Okay. Is the guy still in front of me?
No, he is submerged deep into the water in this direction here. It's difficult to see with the murk of the water here. You either need to use like a bonus action to perceive and see if you can spot them, or get closer.
Yeah, I'll use the bonus action because I know what'll happen. I'll get close and then he'll come for me.
Go ahead and give a bonus action perception.
10?
10, it's difficult. You can see a shape under the water. You can take a shot, but it's at disadvantage.
I won't take a shot, but I'll hold an attack.
Okay, do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to move closer?
Yeah, no, I'll stay.
Okay. Holding your position, holding your shot. Top of the round, Augustus.
Hearing, just in knowing Decrane longer, I think I'm going to focus on him, because he's gone under now, right?
Decrane, yes.
So, clutching the arm, still feeling the pain of that, I'm going to whirl around to where Decrane was, and I'll just look to Ray, and I'll be like, save Decrane! And I'm going to activate her little wild magic, or her wildfire spiritness. So maybe she burns a little brighter there, a little like halo of light starts to rotate with her.
Excellent. What's her move speed?
And so then, yeah, that's my full action on that. And then she goes right after me in turn order. So I'm cool to just like end my turn there.
Okay.
My bonus action would be to try and help Decrane with her special thing. But her movement is fly speed 30 feet.
Okay. So, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She can get like right above the water where he went in. Do you send her into the water?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
His
She
dark vision 60 feet.
dives down into the water, but with 30 feet can't quite get to them under the water.
Let me see. Okay.
She's like
Then
so close, but just not quite enough speed.
then
to
she'll
get
just because we're stuck, we're not moving. It's not like the current's dragging them, right?
No, the water is not moving fast enough to like push anything forward here.
Maybe she'll just spend her action to try and get a little bit closer to him, but that's all she'll do.
Sure, easy enough. Like she can dash.
Yeah.
And she dashes and gets right up between Decrane and the crocodile as he's like, got your leg and is starting to like crocodile roll and spin in the water. Suddenly, Decrane, the light in this otherwise murk is suddenly brilliant with radiance all around you, so you can see quite plainly what you want to do.
And that's my turn.
That takes us from Augustus to Andy. Decrane, you're on deck.
Trying to figure it out. Yeah, I can't see him.
Not from here. Like I said, you can make a bonus action perception from the back.
I'd get closer. I don't even know Decrene's there, but like I'll go out to the back of the boat to where Ursa is.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can see him. Natural 20 on the perception check.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, with just some of that latent, like fate, third eye, you can pierce through the gloom and through the murk of the water, and yeah, you can see them, basically in the same spot they were, just plunged about 10, 15 feet down.
Okay. I think what I was going to do, I need to get way closer, but it doesn't really make any sense. 15-foot cone. Yeah, no, I'm way too far away for that. And there's no way with a cone to like only get one and not get the other. Like they're entangled at this point, right?
Technically, Cal is in front by, so like if you were exactly 15 feet away, I would allow, because of the size of the creature, I'd allow Cal to be spared and the troll to be your only target, but you'd have to get 15 feet. Exactly.
I'd have to jump in the water.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, shit, I don't know if that would actually help him.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah. Or I could just try to hurt him. No, I'm going to try this. Let me just read it one more time to make sure there's nothing in there that water shouldn't affect it. Okay, no, I'll jump in the water.
Oh boy, okay.
Yeah. I might climb back out after.
Throw the wizard in the water. It's great.
5, 10, 15, so it's 15 feet.
I'm going to try to do that where I can only get the creature in a 15-foot cone.
Okay. What's the spell?
Color spray.
Okay. So you have to roll the number of
I have to roll
hits.
a shit ton of d10s and hope that his HP is lower than that. 6 d10.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I have 4 here. I have no idea what his AC is. It might be a waste for the spell. That was actually really good.
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's 1 max, so 10 plus 9 is 19, plus 7 is...
6.
Okay, plus... That was only a 4. 30.
Yep.
I don't think this is going to be enough, is it?
You get 2 more?
Yeah. Another 9 and another 8.
Jesus, 47?
Yeah, I rolled a lot of 9s. I rolled a 10 and a bunch of 9s.
That's a really good roll.
Yeah.
Like a crazy good roll. And is certainly enough.
Okay.
You manage to supersede the health and not go over enough to even hit Kalzura's health. So it wouldn't have mattered if he was caught in it anyways.
Yeah, okay.
It hit the troll first, and you watch the light illuminate in this kind of rainbow beneath the waves, beneath the water here, and fully encompass both of them as the creature is now blind. Do I have... Where am I
He's
blind?
only blind for a round.
I mean, that's enough. Sometimes, anyways. That's not concentration, because it's only a round. Where's my blind thingies? I'll just use this one. Now, to get within 15 feet of the two of them, it costs you 15, 20, it costs you 25 feet of movement.
I'll back up.
That gets you to,
Yeah.
still, treading water on the side of the boat. That is going to end your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even with the heal that he's about to get, you still beat his HP.
I rolled really well.
Yeah, that's really good. Annie, that ends your turn. To Crane, we come to you, submerged underwater. Oh, hang on.
We lost Scott.
Picking back up. To Crane, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm grappling with this croc, right?
That is correct.
And...
Ray has flown down right beside you, so everything is illuminated, and it is grabbing hold of your leg and like crocodile rolling you underwater.
Okay, I'm going to use my fanged bite.
Okay. Which
Pardon
we're
me?
reskinning ever so slightly.
Oh.
But go ahead, as you you kind of grab, kind of stopping in the water, putting your hands on both sides of the croc's head, and what happens?
So I guess my teeth sort of come out a bit, and it's a very gentle motion, but it delivers a punch. Sort of like a...
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. 16.
16 plus 5. Actually, you are restrained by this creature, so you do have disadvantage, unfortunately.
Okay. So rolling again. 17.
Yep.
Nice.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
1d4, right? Plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 4.
Okay, 7. So you deal 7 points of damage to the croc. And yeah, as you bare your fangs, your hands on either side, you feel this rush of energy flow from this creature to you, and in this would have been illuminated by this rush of kind of like greenish, pale blue green energy. Suddenly fills you with life and energy. You heal 7 hit points.
Oh my. Damn.
And you get a +7 to your next attack roll or ability check.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, who is this guy?
Wild.
That is your attack, so that's your action. You still have a bonus if you want to use anything for the bonus. Unfortunately, you can't break out now. It's an action to break free of the grapple. But is there anything you want to try with a bonus?
So I couldn't do an unarmed strike, could I? Am I fully grappled?
You are grappled, but I guess you could do a 2-weapon attack. Like if you have a dagger or there's something to draw, you can attack with the dagger.
I have a rapier or my scimitar.
The scimitar is too large to draw an attack. You'd have to drop your pistol, and I don't think you want to do that.
Oh. Could I hit it with the pistol, pistol whip?
I'll allow that. Yeah. It'll be basically like a D4 of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Well, what do I roll and what would the damage be?
So it'll be just roll a D20.
Okay.
It's going to be a strength and proficiency, so it's only going to be +1. It's basically an unarmed strike.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
But
my
you
modifier
get
is
to add a plus
20.
7, don't you?
You would have got plus, or you do get +7, and unfortunately, that takes it from a 2 to a 9 to a 10. Is not going to do it.
Balls.
You clock it with that like renewed burst of energy, but it's not enough to like break it, hurt it in any significant way. You just can't get the leverage.
Okay.
But you do heal, and unfortunately are still underwater here. Thankfully, that's not such a concern for you. That's going to end DeCrane's turn. Take us to the troll. The troll heals what it has drained from Kalzura and is going to continue its assault against him.
He's blinded.
So that is going to, you're right, he's blinded. That means he has disadvantage, but advantage. So he's going to have a straight roll because he's restraining. I guess it's grappled, not restrained. So grapple doesn't give advantage, does it? Let me just look up grapple
I
specific.
always forget the differences between them.
I know restrained definitely does. No, okay, so he doesn't have advantage. It's just
Disadvantage.
he just has straight disadvantage. He's definitely going to go for the bite. Both are 14s.
Shit.
Both are 14s plus 6 is going to beat Cal's AC. So he does get bit for 10 points again. Cal is taking a bit of a beating down there, and is going to use his other attacks. Actually, he's just going to maintain the grapple with his other attack. So that's going to end the troll's turn, although you do see them begin to move. I'm going to roll randomly to see which direction they move because he is blind, but he does try to like swim and move Cal with him under the water. One is north and then circling clockwise. You watch Andy as they swim bang into the side of this bank on this side. Before just going to stay submerged underwater for now. Cal continues to hold his breath. He's good. That's going to end his turn. The croc is restraining DeCrane and is going to attempt to bite you again.
Just two funny guys biting each other.
That's going to be a 14 to hit DeCrane.
Yep.
That's 3 points of piercing damage. And the croc maintains the grapple on you as it spins and swirls you underwater. That ends them. Comes to Cal's turn. Cal has advantage against the blinded troll and is going to attempt to just keep attacking him with the advantage. That's definitely going to hit on the first. And a natural 19 definitely hits on the second. That is 14 points of damage from Cal. Honestly, he can still hold his breath for a minute, so he's okay. He's got like 2 more minutes of air, so he's all right.
He's feeling good.
Actually, he's got 3 minutes of air. Yeah, he's fine. So he's just going to keep trying to attack. That ends their turn. Ursa is just kind of frozen, unsure what the fuck to do. She doesn't have anything to immediately grab onto, so she's just like kind of panicking at the edge of the boat, doesn't immediately jump into action. But Enid, we come to you. What do you do?
Can I see the croc that's with Cal?
You could go to either the stern and try and see if you can see the troll, or you could go to the bow and see if you could see the croc that's with DeCrane.
Okay. And is the troll about? Would you say they're about the same distance?
Yeah, you're pretty much equidistant to both.
Okay. I'll get the troll.
Okay. You rush around this side. Go ahead and make a bonus action perception check.
Okay. That's a 9.
They're kicking up a lot of debris and dirt and muck in the water as you are watching. So you can see where they are, but what I'm going to say is you have disadvantage. Your shots could hit either Cal or the troll. What do you do?
I'm still holding.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just continue to hold because I don't want to
Okay.
get Cal.
You're drawn, you're held, waiting for a clear shot. Augustus, top of the round.
I am going to. With Ray towards Decrane, I'm gonna go to the other side of the boat towards Decrane and try and spot him. I don't got anything but like fiery stuff, gang. So I think I will hold another fiery produce flame to try and throw at anything that pops up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Ray as my bonus action. I'll command Ray to teleport Decrane back onto the boat.
Where do you want to drop them on the boat?
I think he doesn't have a lot of control over it. It would just be like back on the top of the boat there.
Decrane, just go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Sure.
Oh, you know what? I sorry, I stand corrected. It's only 15 feet away.
Oh, okay. So
you might still be in the water. I don't know.
You could do it on top of that little.
no, what I'm going to do is they can get to right here, and I'm going to get all three of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Perfect.
Actually, not Ray, she's flying. But the two of you make dexterity saving throws instead of the acrobatics check, Kev.
I rolled a nat one.
Kev?
I
What'd you roll?
rolled 5.
Okay, so I think the way I'm going to flavor this with a nat 1 is you're just so used to bringing Ray to you that you innately do that, but with comes Decrane, and he lands on top of you. You are knocked prone.
Oh!
Beneath Decrane. Decrane falls into the boat.
At least
Bye,
now-
Crane.
Come here,
Rolls down the
Decrane.
stairs.
Come here, Decrane. And Ray is just floating on beside you.
I honestly take this as a win. I thought you were going to knock me right off the boat. So I'm totally down to be prone with
You
the
just-
crane on top of me.
Yeah, pinned prone with Decrane standing on top of you.
Oh, wait. You weigh a lot. Did you kill that crocodile?
I don't know. There was too much going on. All I know is I'm free. That's all that matters.
Okay, great.
Is there a fire damage component to the teleport?
I was going to add that there is, but it's underwater. So I kind of thought it would probably be like a wash or something. I don't know
Nope.
how you want to roll that.
It'll still apply. Just resist it.
Okay, cool. So it is, I think, when Ray teleports, 1d6 plus my proficiency bonus, which is 2. So let me roll a d.
I feel like it should be fire, or is it?
You won't get hurt by this, just
No, you're-
the aftermath of it.
Yeah, whoever's left behind.
Little
would be the
solar
croc.
fiery light. So it'll be, it was 2 plus 2, so 4, but just 2 I expect with resistance.
That's how I think is fair to rule it for kind of cantrips and low-level magic. Like, you get a fireball even underwater. It's a fireball. It's still explosive. Like, I'd still give you full damage there in this condition. But, yeah, with just, like, this cantrip and kind of, like, shifting move, I think it's fair. So that ends Augustus. Andy, we come to you.
Sorry, Oliver's tangled in my multiple wires. Get out. Okay. Well, I used my one big thing. I'm still in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
They seem to
They're submerged still, right? They just like ran into the side.
They're submerged, yes, and you can kind of see like the cloud of dust and debris it has shifted over to the edge where it does slope up a little bit, obviously at the edge of the bank. So they're about 10 feet down now,
Okay.
and a little closer to you,
But I can't see Batty.
not directly. No, it's too cloudy and murky.
Okay. Then I don't have anything. So
You have a general direction, but not a direct
yeah, but
target.
that's not gonna work with my cantrips.
You'd have to dive down into like melee. You know what I mean? To like see.
I'm not a fighter anymore. And I don't have a swim speed, so
It's not that deep.
no, but it's more like I can't move very fast.
Yeah, it'd be half move. But...
Yeah. Okay. Can I get up on the bank?
Yeah. Throw me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Not great. Sorry, I have to do it on here now, which is very annoying.
What'd you roll?
It's like a 6 on the dice.
Mm.
I think they're the same. No, acrobatics is just 7, so it's bad.
A 7 total, yeah. The bank here is too slick with like moss that you spend 10, 15 feet before sliding back down into the water.
Nice.
Not able to get full purchase to pull yourself up on the bank here. You can expend the rest of your movement to try again and just be on the bank if you want.
Sure.
Okay.
That's better. 16.
Yeah. Getting a little extra purchase, you do manage to pull yourself up onto the edge.
Okay. I will hold another cantrip.
Sounds good. You hold as we come to Decrane. Now, aboard the ship once more. You don't see the croc you left behind, but you do hear the kind of like action going on over on this side.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to that side, jump onto the land.
I don't know if you have enough speed to do that without an action to dash. It's about
Yeah, that's fine. Because I don't
30
expect
feet
to
would
be
get
able to
you
attack
there.
right away.
Okay, so give me an athletics check.
Sure. 5 roll.
Ooh.
And I think my athletics is 5. Let's see. No, 1, 6.
All right.
Doesn't matter, I'm proficient.
You leap and whoop.
You are not
Oh,
fond of the
God.
blue
Straight in the water.
auto succeed.
You do the exact same thing where you leap and land on the edge of slippery banks and slip back and land into the water. You did use your action to dash, so you still have the movement of another 20 feet from being in the water. So you can try and pull yourself out again if you want to.
Sure.
Go ahead and make an athletics check again.
Okay. And I rolled a 3.
Oh, pal.
You're just kind
Pal.
of scrambling in the muck and moss, unfortunately unable to grab purchase. You have no movement left and are still kind of kicking in the water here on the edge.
Oh, boy. Wait, can I use my bonus? Like, one of those attack plus bonus moves?
That's mostly your rogue stuff.
All right. Okay.
Unfortunately, no. That would be the end of the capabilities here to try and pull yourself free.
Okay.
If you have another thing you want to try with your bonus, you can try, but otherwise it would just be holding to the next round.
Do I want to try anything? I am like on the banks, like right, like I'm holding. Like, what if I use my like bow to like pull me on to grapple onto something and pull?
If you used like a rope and like made a thing to try and pull yourself up, I'd allow that to like try, but it would still be another like check needed and like another turn. Like you don't have any movement left to even try to pull yourself forward. So
Okay.
it's still the next round.
Okay, then yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. If you want to try something like that, 100%, and I'll give you like advantage on the roll to try and pull yourself free. But we'll see how that goes next time. As we go from Decrane, we go to the troll's turn. The troll heals. And with Cal right there is going to try again. He's no longer blinded, correct?
No, that only lasts a round.
All right.
Only a first level spell.
He misses with the bite.
Gotta get him out of there.
He misses with the first claw.
Okay.
18 will hit with the second claw. and he is no longer grappled, as now he just kind of in a panic is a little bit of just full claw attacks, dealing 8 points of damage to Cal. Cal's starting to look pretty hurt.
Cal.
And that is the troll's turn. Yeah, he's still chilling down there. He's fine. That'll take us to Cal. And Cal, all of you on the backside, so basically everyone except Augustus, you watch from beneath the water a sudden burst of flaring light, like a magma eruption. You just watch it ignite from the water. It begins to bubble and burst and bubble and burst. And you can hear a frantic, panicking scream from beneath the water. Not able to place it as it is strangled by the water itself. But the flame begins to subside. But those of you on the backside here, you can see the troll. Plainly in the murky water as its blood is ignited with the flames. And it is beginning to burn from the inside out.
Damn.
Where's our fire boy?
I'm at the back.
He's the furthest one away who doesn't see this.
Yeah.
That is Cal's action to use his flame breath as a chromatic dragonborn, significantly harming the river troll. He is going to kick up to the surface, risking the claw attack of opportunity, which misses, so that's great. This guy's still down there. He swims up to the side here, and he breaks the surface, gasping for air, and just kind of frantically I don't know if we can kill this fucking thing. And he's just trying to gather his breath, and you can see the flame still flicking at his nostrils and his mouth. That ends his turn. Ursa unleashes a sigh of relief. Enid, beside you, you watch as Ursa, in that sigh of relief, there's a sudden twitch. And in that moment of almost like relaxing, of letting off, something changes. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
No.
Oh, I don't like that. 16?
Okay, 16 is enough. In that brief moment of respite, but in that moment of you kind of catching something changing within Ursa, you look over, still bow drawn, ready to fire on this troll, and you can see where she relaxes and then tightens, stiffens, and looks up anew. Her eyes are pitch black, and this just wave of energy, of force, of something just ushers towards you, and you're able to curl around the side of the boat, and dodging any full effect. You look back, and Ursa is falling overboard.
No.
Into the water. Three of you who are in the water and on the side, you see her splash into the water as well, but you do not see her surface.
The fuck are you guys doing in the water? Get out of the water.
That ends Ursa's turn. That comes to Enid's turn.
Oh, we're gonna have to go get her, aren't we? Okay. In that case, I will put down my bow. I'll go in and jump after her.
Okay. Enid dives in. You dive down, and you just saw her. You're following immediately after. This is happening in tandem, and she's dropping. You can see her eyes are closed. There's no consciousness to her form, and you easily dive down and are able to grab a hold of her and scoop her up in your arms, and kick back up to the surface. She's entirely unconscious, and fully, heavy weight upon you. You are not particularly strong. And with your armor and everything, you'll be weighed down in the water. Carrying Ursa is going to drop your movement to a quarter. So with the dive in, pick her up and come back to the top, you have 5 feet of movement left.
Yeah, I'll just try my best to pull her up as quickly as I can.
Yep.
And I'll just be like, can someone help me get her out of here?
Do you try to lift her back onto the boat, or do you try and move, like swim over to the other group, like over this way?
Yeah, I'll try and swim that way.
You get a little closer to the rest of the crew as you're carrying and like dropping beneath the water yourself, inching dangerously close to the still kind of burning troll beneath the water. But that is unfortunately like your full action to like gather her up and swim over.
Yeah, that's okay.
That takes us to Augustus.
Oh god, like what the fuck am I supposed to do? I will stand.
Mm-hmm.
Try and shove DeCrane off me. I guess he already ran and jumped into this crazy thing.
He is gone.
I only have like 15 feet of movement, so like I barely stumble back.
You get to there.
I think I'm probably just scared that Nettie jumped in, so I'll burn my whole action just to rush to the back of the boat. The flame will fizzle away from my hand, just to check on what the hell's happening back here now.
You rush back and you already see she is carrying Ursa over her shoulder and is wading through the water close to the rest of your friends here. Fine. But Ursa is unconscious. And you do see the outline of the troll burning beneath the water and the kind of bubbling of the boiling water around it.
Okay, let me just check one thing. That'll be my turn. As a bonus action, I'm just going to see if I can command Ray to attack that thing. Flame Seed, range 60 feet. Oh, so that could work, actually. So I'll be like, Ray, try and hit that thing. And then Ray will come spinning by if she can make it towards me and within 60 feet of that creature.
Yeah, she should. What did I do with Ray? Where'd Ray go? So she can move up here and is going to try and fire at disadvantage because he's under the water.
Okay.
But go ahead and make an attack at disadvantage.
This is +6 to hit. Ooh, but I rolled a 3, so that's only going to be a 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, just it fizzling into the water as it gets too close to it.
This tiny little fireball just becomes almost like as if it was orbiting her, then it spins off and just fizzles into the water.
That is going to end your and Ray's turn. Andy, we come to you, DeCrane on deck.
So
Okay, now-
I didn't end up seeing this thing then, right? And any time between my last turn and this turn?
You technically see it illuminated by its flame, like you see it.
I was just holding a cantrip, but if it's
You saw it.
doesn't work, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. But would that have gone off within the last turn, or am I just starting my new turn?
You should have called it before now.
I didn't think I could see it, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
No, we can do it now. It's fine. It's an intelligence save.
Yes.
Fail for sure. 6.
Okay.
Awesome.
3 points damage.
Okay.
And disadvantage, disadvantage. Negative D4 on its next saving throw.
Okay.
I don't have anything that can help anybody else. I guess I'll do it again.
Mind Sliver?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has a negative D4.
It doesn't matter. It rolled a 10 before the negative D4.
Sick.
Another 3 points of damage.
Okay. Getting whittled down. It was healing good before, but now with this flame, its regenerative powers are not quite kicking off.
Okay. I am a little concerned about the small child, but I also don't think I can do anything to help there, and DeCrane's closer. Oh, shoot. I might just have to hold where I am, because I have a good view of everything going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. DeCrane, we are to you.
Okay, now I want to pull myself up.
Okay. Are you going to try and do anything to augment the roll, or just try and scrabble up again?
You know what? Let me see. I do have rope, I believe. So maybe I will try and lasso my way up.
If you want to try and throw the rope to Andy, and Andy uses her reaction to catch and stabilize, you can easily use Andy to stabilize with a rope, and you can climb up.
Okay.
If Andy's willing to use her reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
Easy enough. You throw the rope up to Andy. Andy, you grab hold, and to Crane, you now have advantage on your athletics checks to pull yourself up out of the water.
All right, first roll, 12.
Okay.
And second roll, 8.
The 12 is enough to get you up and out of the water. That pulls you up beside Andy for 5 feet of your move. And then what do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna follow Crocman.
You can get to there
Yeah, and
and just try and shoot.
yeah, 'cause my I'm still loaded, right? So I can shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you still have 3 shots.
All right,
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
11
Plus plenty.
plus 7.
That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, and the damage is checking 1d10 plus 3. 10.
Hell yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Our first one of the whole campaign goes to you, Kev.
Well, it's an honor. Thank you. Okay. I will. So I run up along. I run up along to the guy. I wait till he looks at me in the eye, and I just say, "It's over," and then I blast him. Headshot.
Headshot. My God.
The creature is beginning to like scrabble to pull itself up out of the water to try and run and get away from the burning sensation that has enraptured it. And as it does, it looks up to you. You pull the star wheel and blast its skull clean off the back of its head. And unfortunately, for it, with the having taken fire damage from Cal's significant fire breath, it cannot pull itself back with its regenerative powers.
Nice.
Its body is lifted and carried by the current here and collides and then slips beneath this flat boat.
I just say, find peace wherever you end up next.
Cal helps Enid with Ursa, and all of you pull yourselves up with the rope and Andy's help up onto the shore. Augustus, you watch from across on the ship. Everyone is safe. Everyone is sound. What do you do?
That was crazy.
Whew, okay.
What's wrong with her?
Oh shit. She's still completely unconscious.
Enid, you lay her down. She's still out. She's breathing.
She was pretty rattled when you went out when you went over there, mate.
Any of y'all know how to check her for anything wrong?
I mean, she's gonna need a lot of checking shit. Like, her eyes were like all black when she fell in the water.
What?
Let me check. I'll kind of kneel down next to her, and can I roll a medicine check, or what are you thinking?
Yeah.
I got +4 for medicine, so let's see what happens here. Great. 19 on the dice, so 23?
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
22.
She's stable. She's unconscious, but stable. It is like a significant shock. Like that's what you're reading is like her body went into full shock and just knocked her out. The heart rate is still surprisingly high given being unconscious. but it is slowly steady, like over the minute of you like watching and checking, taking her pulse, seeing what's wrong. There's no obvious wounds. You open her eyes, they are clear.
That's good. I think she's just passed out now. I don't think we're in much concern of her going all spooky scary.
Right. Look, we're gonna have to figure out something with the boat before we move on.
Oh shit, it's sinking. I can try to fix it, but I mean, you have to get all this other stuff out first.
I can help just smashing whatever's up front and just moving stuff. Maybe can we get a fire going? Maybe just kind of dry off some of our stuff. And for those of us who can't help, just take a moment here.
I think Nadine. Oh, what were we gonna say, DC? Do you mind if I call you DC? It's like I was thinking about it over the last couple of days.
I have no qualms with that.
Okay. Rain, I could start a fire, I think.
If you don't mind starting a fire and just getting keep an eye on Ursa for me, Crane, Andy, and Ian, if y'all want to kind of help us, just kind of break away some of this barrier, at least get ourselves unstuck.
It might be quicker if we burn the bank side.
All right. I could actually do that.
Is that going to? I mean, the boat's made of wood.
Well, I can stand on the boat and I can direct my fire a few times, anyways. One of the few blessings of being draconic born.
I'll, I mean, probably with the help of Enid because I'm super weak, but I'll start a little fire on the bank and just kind of make it nice for Ursa.
Just throw me a survival check, just real quick.
You got it, survival coming right up. How does 2 on the dice sound? 8. Highs and lows on this night for my sweet boy Augie.
So it's not that you don't succeed, but it is for you embarrassingly long.
Super
For a fire to light a fire as a wildfire druid is
You
pretty.
just keep grabbing damp wood.
The wood's wet. It's the wood.
You're in peatlands. You're in moss and marsh. Nothing here is dry. Nothing here is really like tinderable, and it's a point of pride lost.
I'm talking to an unconscious Ursa about it, just trying to it's not usually like this. I'm quite good at it. But I'm glad you're unconscious for this. It's super embarrassing.
For the rest of you, Cal can easily go ahead and try and burn away some of the embankments that'll take out one of the clusters of kind of spears that are impaled. He can burn those away and clear left or right side, up to you guys. But how do you go about clearing the rest of the barricade?
I think partially it's just going to have to be manpower for some of it.
Muscles. Use those muscles.
That's fine.
Yeah, we could get a bunch of us on it to clear it.
Okay. Then what I will ask for is a group athletics check. And if you want to explain how you can maybe augment your athletics check with some of your abilities, feel free to, and I will give you either an adjusted DC or advantage. If you have no ideas immediately, straight roll, please.
All of us roll?
Everyone except Augustus is going to do an athletics check.
I imagine the crane just shooting the wood. Bang,
If you want to, that could certainly speed up the process.
I don't know how many bullets you have, though. I don't know if I wasted.
I don't even know if... I have to check if I have enough ammo.
You have like one extra, basically, it's not a case. They're like a case of shells almost, but not shells. It's singular casings. So you have, it would be 20 shots past the 2 you've expended. So you have 22 shots.
Okay. And just in your DM opinion, would that do anything if I actually used like 10, 15, 20?
Sure, that's a lot, Kevin, and then you just can't use your gun again until we find you new ammo, which is not
15.
everywhere.
If you used, we'll roll how many shots it takes based on how well you roll. If you're going to use the gun, I'll give you advantage on your athletics check because it's literally shattering wood.
You also
Okay,
have
fine.
like a really cool double-bladed something
That's
or other
true.
you could use to just cut shit free.
Star Blader.
It's true. It's less in that case the double-bladed scimitar. It's a finesse weapon. It's a dexterity weapon. It's more in the speed and cutting at which he can maneuver it. This is like a brute strength thing. The gun actually is a stronger weapon, and Cal is he's going to use his weapon, but he's like smashing with the butt end of his blade.
Okay, I'll use it. I'll use the gun.
Okay, so go ahead and use advantage.
Okay,
Good
so
athletic.
first roll 7.
Okay.
Second roll 11.
Okay.
And my athletics is 1.
So 12. Athletics checks. DC 12. KZ. A 16 for Kalzura. Enid and Andy, how do you guys, do you augment your check or do you just straight roll, use physicality?
I'm gonna do a straight roll, and that's great because I rolled a 19.
Nice.
Awesome.
Can I use my magicified stick? Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Okay. Just try to like jam it.
Yeah, I mean that gives you extra leverage and potential like smashing power with divinity. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Rolled an 8 and a 9. So I think that's a 9.
You don't have any modifier?
Not on athletics.
I thought you did take athletics as one of your things.
No, I didn't. Not as one of my skills.
It doesn't matter.
You talked me out of being a strong wizard, so I'm only a +0 instead of
For the record, I think being a strong wizard would be dope, but with the other with how you wanted to play this character, it just didn't make sense. You needed the other skills. Okay, so 12, 16, 19, and 9. With the combined efforts of 3 successes, 2 of which high, strong successes, and 1 failure, it will take the better part of like the next hour to smash, break carefully, make sure that the ship doesn't like careen into the side of these spears and spikes. And in that time, the ship is going to take on some water, so there will be some bailing required after the fact, but it didn't sustain enough damage to be sinking. You stopped it, anything further, so it needs to be bailed out and fixed for the initial damage, which is probably like another hour or 2 of your day just to like be traveling at full pace. But the ship is now, the flatboat is safely moored to the side beyond this cave, just beyond the cave. A fire is going over with Augustus and Ursa, and about an hour and a half has passed since the battle. So it is only, it's before noon still.
Oh my god, you like so many spell slots. Would it be reasonable to find time through this to try to just like see if there's anything salvageable? Like, even if we yank out like one of the spears, if they're not busted, or like if there's anything in the cave that's like salvageable to make this not a complete loss.
The spears are all heavily waterlogged and rusted.
Okay.
So I would say those are a no-go. But you can certainly search the cave. It would require some investigation rolls to search the cave, and it would be advised to use some light.
I will cast light into the cave, and the first thing I see before I walk in there.
Easy enough.
Maybe bring Enid with me because she's good at looking for shit. I'm assuming. I have no idea. She seems like someone who'd want to explore a weird cave.
Yeah, she'll come with you.
In
For
between,
sure.
in between the breaking of the boxes and like getting everything done as DeCrane and Cal go to like finish mooring the boat off to the side. Once you guys are done, the two of you take off into the cave. Either both of you can roll investigation checks or one of you with advantage. Your choice.
My investigation is okay. It's +3. I don't know if you took proficiency in it or not.
Mine is +2.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So either you can each roll individually or one of you with advantage. Doesn't matter.
You can each roll.
Sure.
Okay. Each of you roll investigation, please.
So it's 14 on the dice plus,
3.
what did I just say, 3?
Nice.
17.
That's great.
Enid, investigation?
Yeah, 13.
Okay, great. So the cavern of this river troll is relatively simple, and immediately both of you are hit with a wave of stench. It smells like fish, rotting fish, the decay of plant matter and vegetation, but a smell that neither of you are particularly familiar with, that is particularly repugnant. The deeper in you get is the smell of death. There are creatures, there are bones that litter the floor. There are flayed skins of various creatures that are kind of being stretched and held and drying on wall and on like small like racks. This creature had a limited sentience. There is immediately in the kind of initial kind of 15 foot walkway entry before it kind of doglegs to the left, amidst the pile of rubble and bones. Andy, you find a leather satchel with an old map case that is waterlogged, and inside there is a map inside, but it's mostly turned to mush. What remains is about a third of a map. In the satchel, though, there's also cartographer's tools. At least the majority of a set. Enid, as you're kind of kicking through some of this, you manage to find amongst a couple of piles and amongst the rubble 21 silver and 8 gold pieces.
Wow.
Baby.
Oh, nice.
We're rich, guys.
Around the dogleg left, there is there's a hole in the roof that is allowing like this kind of shaft of light in, where you did see the creature climb its way up and out. And there's no organization or anything in the cave, but there is a singular sign of brutality pinned against the back wall immediately around the dogleg left far side. Another about 10 feet in, maybe 12 feet. There's a somewhat armored humanoid form has been dismembered and impaled against the wall like a display. The armor is split, the cloak and cloth, the coat beneath, completely ruined, and where the torso is impaled upon like a piece of rock, and then the two arms, the leg, and the head are each individually spiked and separated by about a foot. As they've been dismembered and torn.
Oof.
Do you investigate further?
Yeah.
Enid's into that freaky stuff. She wants to know what that's all about.
Yeah.
Andy, are you pushing forward?
If Enid goes, I'm not going to let her go alone, but I'm more wary of it. I'll just try to hold the light high so she can see, because you guys don't have dark vision, right?
No, nor dark vision this time, which is weird, but because we're bunnies.
The light cantrip would provide enough light. It's a relatively small space, so the light cantrip is like 20 feet of bright light, I think, fills the cave.
Can't remember.
Even if it's 10, you're even close to her, like you'll fill most of the cave with bright light and then dim light a little further. So you're totally fine for your checks.
20.
There you go. So yeah, pretty much full as you turn the corner here with bright light. This is a renewed investigation if you want to continue. So either individual investigation checks again or one with advantage, your choice.
You may as well roll with advantage, Allie. You're the one who's like more actively doing it here.
Even with an advantage, I got 9.
Okay. I think the answer here is neither of you really get too close to this creature, this body, this humanoid figure. It looks human, maybe half elven, maybe elven, like without getting too close to gather details. You can see skin, you can see like Caucasian tanned skin, what's left of it anyways, what is exposed. Looks male from the head, even though bloated through its decay. You can see like black stringy hair and like a darker beard from what remains. But neither of you get too close to properly investigate, and in truth, the smell is starting to make you both sick.
I really want to continue, but I don't think I can. So gross.
This is not a good place to be. I don't know what I was hoping to find here. This is a bad idea.
Easy enough for the two of you to back out of the cave without hurling more than a little. What do you guys do now?
I guess head back.
Yeah, I gotta go fix the boat.
There's a small fire now burning. DeCrane and Cal, you guys, you can come over and join Augustus and Ursa. Ursa is still unconscious at this point, but now seems to have transitioned from like a shock unconscious now to just like sleeping. It's just unconscious. She did rouse through your like fire making at a certain point, but like seemed totally wiped and just like rolled over to like lay down with her head tucked on some moss. Cal comes over, kind of gives you like a look like towards her, like she's okay.
Yeah, I think she's good. She's just tired.
Thanks. Just kind of looks around, and he has like a half cloak that's just soaked, and he was like gonna give it to her, and he's like, well, it's not gonna do any good, so he just tears it, just like throws it down beside the fire. He sits down heavily and starts like unstrapping his splint armor and just like starting to strip off some of it and to like set it by the fire to dry. I know we're a little bit in this all together, but thank y'all for being here, for taking care of her, not letting me die. I appreciate it.
You were quite the specimen out there. It was wild.
I'm gonna feel it in the morning, I'll tell you that.
That's dove overboard. You're fighting underwater. Then the crane just jumps in the water too. DeCrane, what the hell is that on your hip? The thing that shot thunder at that thing.
It's a weapon of great danger.
Looked at.
It's a weapon of a group I wouldn't have associated you with.
Well, I've had to wear many vests in my time. Some I'm not pleased about, but I can say at least I got this weapon outfit.
I've had to wear my own vests before. Just want to make sure that vest is long gone.
The past is the past, for sure.
Understood. Well then, in that case, I appreciate that it's the past, and I appreciate you know how to fucking handle that thing.
Did you guys find anything in the cave?
It was fucking awful. It was awful. This thing was not... I'm really glad we got away.
Nettie, your face looks super green.
Oh, it smells so bad.
You
I don't know what it was. It was definitely humanoid or something, but oh my god, it's gonna be in my nose for days.
Oh, I found a pump map. Right, I should try to draw this up with a fire, maybe.
a map.
I think so.
Amazing.
I'll just unroll it and like try to use the fire to dry it out a little bit. Maybe if I have to like mending cantrip to keep it from disintegrating.
Pieces fall off immediately as you begin to like pull it out. Like it's too waterlogged that it just starts sloughing off. There's a section on the interior where it's like further rolled in that is still dried, and over time you are able to kind of dry it out. Using mending definitely helps to kind of like preserve elements. And it's a map that you recognize. It's just a map of the kind of what's left is the northern edge of Candorne. And the only new part to the map that you've never properly seen is a section of most maps of Candorne end at the Grey Keep, and the Ashen Waste is just a big blob of like, this is the Ashen Waste, don't go there. This map actually kind of shifts that over and extends maybe a couple of kilometers into the Ashen Waste, and by the looks of it, maybe a couple dozen kilometers into the Ashen Waste, with a couple of plot points and spaces plotted, and notations kept that are like loosely kept.
Is it in common?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can read a couple of them, like the Parchwood. There's something called Shade Star, which immediately to you like kind of rings a little bit of a bell. A couple of other little places. There's a map. There's a arrow in the top left corner with Vorbrund written underneath it, up into the kind of like upper left. Whether they were trying to look that way for it, whether it was they just know it's that way. You don't know what Vorbrund is.
You don't have context, yeah. All right. Is it reasonable, DM, to say that we can get a short rest here?
You can take a short rest. You have yet to taken one as of now. You've been actively working, but at this fire, you can take another hour and short rest collectively.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yep. Cal needs some hit points. He's down to 24.
Oof. He's down to 24.
Of 58.
Significantly cooler.
Good for him.
He took a beating. He's an old man.
He was doing work out there. It was great.
I'm gonna do my arcane recovery.
What's it called?
Arcane recovery.
Cool.
You can get a spell slot back on a short rest once a day. But once a long rest, but it takes a short rest. Yes.
It's once per day.
You get it once per day. That's why it says long rest, so I got confused. But it is only a short rest to do. I'm going to use my one portent. That's right. Still the other one left. Is anyone still severely fucked up?
I'm okay.
Cal.
I'm back to full health.
Excellent.
Ursa, over the short rest, does begin to stir with the people nearby and everyone here. She kind of wakes up groggy, and you can see the bags under her eyes are deep. She kind of sits up. Did we win?
I think so.
Mostly thanks to your man there. But yeah.
She kind of taps him on the shoulder, and he like kind of gives her a glance for a second and then looks away, not saying anything. She just kind of sits back. You all were really impressive.
Thanks.
How did you learn to do all that?
To speak for me, I don't even know most of what I did. Just kind of saw my sister in trouble and I'm just kind of burst into action.
Okay. Andy, you were using some impressive elements.
Practice. Just practice. And good old Goros.
But what kind of practice?
Kind that you need a teacher for.
Could you guys teach me?
That's a really good question.
August, you were throwing fire from your hands.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to control whatever I have and throw fire, if that's what I can do.
I mean, I could try. I would say when that scary monster attacked me, I tried to attack it back, and I just kind of froze up. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think I'd be happy to help you try. You know, you were quite good with that sling there. Don't think I didn't miss that. Turned around and smacked that guy right in the noggin.
Thanks. It's kind of the one thing that Cal's allowed me to practice with. Which kind of keeps giving him like looks, and he's still just kind of staring into the fire, not really responding yet.
Well, my sister Nettie, she's never seen anyone better with a bow than her, and she could teach you.
I know. I saw.
Yeah.
She jumped up out of nowhere and shot him right in the face.
You guys.
Oh, she's the best.
It was awesome.
Better.
Aw. It's all instinct.
Well, if I could learn some of that instinct, I'd happily try. I definitely want to try and do what you can do. I would. I just. I think I need to get whatever is power I have under some kind of control. Any other fighting stuff would just be awesome as a bonus.
Yeah, I'd be happy to teach you what we know.
Okay.
I'll just say Nettie's way better than me. She's beat up on me.
No, you're better. You're selling yourself short as always. I mean, you are short, but
I'm shorter than you. Sometimes I wake up and Nettie would just be standing over me and just punch me right in the ear.
yeah.
I don't.
We could train you like that, like when you're about to fall asleep. Nettie could just
Be ready.
bop you.
I mean, if that's how it has to get done, I suppose. Cal just kind of.
We're just on either side of her too, just like talking over her.
All right, Ursa, let me talk to them for a minute. Go back to the boat, and we'll get moving here in a few minutes. If you all are ready to move.
Yeah, Ray, why don't you go help Ursa back in the boat? Keep her some company. It's like a little bee hummingbird floating around her and goes with her.
Ursa picks herself up and rushes towards the boat with Ray in tow. She means well. If y'all are serious in any way about knowing how to help her control what she can do, I would appreciate that, but I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. Don't lead her down a path that either she can't follow or you don't want to see where she ends up.
You know, this seems like a girl who's had no path for quite some time. Being told to fall asleep, being told to stay in a room. I understand that we haven't seen what she... Well, actually, we have seen the worst of what she can do. But perhaps us showing her a bit of a path could help her out.
I'm on board with that, but I need to reiterate her lack of control and our lack of explanation as to what the fuck it is that's inside of her. Whatever darkness it is, she's afraid of it. And I think it controls her more than she lets on. If we start feeding something that we can't fight, I can't raise my blade to that girl.
I think there's more harm in leaving her to be defenseless. Whether it's magic or not, but if she gets scared is when things tend to happen, right? So, if you or overwhelming emotion, a lot of being out in the wilds, a lot of being part of a group, a lot of being a part of the group that travels is learning not to panic. Feeling like you can accomplish something, whether it's with a bow or just with your words or with whatever magics might be out there, that sense of certainty, even if it's in something small, the accomplishment of using a sling, anything like that, can sometimes ground you, and maybe perhaps that's what it is that might help. I don't have confidence at this moment to say to just start trying things in terms of the magic side of things. I'm admittedly interested. It's intriguing. But I don't think this is the time for radical experimentation. Trying to ground her in some way with some basics. Again, whether it's just learning how to use a bow, learning what to look for when trying to survive in the wild, anything like that's going to help her feel useful, which is going to help distract at the very least, which potentially could be needed. But everyone needs a purpose out here.
Like I said, I'm not looking to keep her locked away. I want her to figure this out. But I think y'all well know it's not something you just practice out in the open. It's not something we can just go down the street, give it a shot. We've got to do this carefully so she's not caught out. And the whole reason I thought here to go to Darkvale is to get out on the ice fields. There ain't no soul around for miles. If something goes wrong, at least it's only myself, a couple of pirate crew. We can figure it out.
Let's sleep on it, at least. I mean, I know it's halfway through the day, but let's see where we go today. And
I agree.
does anyone see anything? I mean, I guess Enid, you saw, but no one's asked her what she saw, right?
Asked Ursa what she saw?
Yeah. I don't know, I was in the cave and things were gross and disgusting.
She's pretty passed out for most of my fire building, which took longer than I intended, and I want to own up to that here. And Cal, I think that's the next thing you're probably going to bring up, and I didn't have a good day today.
It's all soggy and stuff. This is not
Yeah, it's soggy wood, and it's hard to do with soggy wood, so
I didn't even
fine,
notice.
it's fine now.
don't be humble. I can be better. And I will be better.
Well, there ain't no shame in self-improvement.
That's right. Can we get this boat moving again? Because I really...
Yeah, sorry, I'll go try to fix it. I'm gonna need lots of people to bail out water, though.
I can help that.
We'll have enough time for talking. Let's get going.
Okay, so moody. Gee.
Everyone picks up, and while Andy, you begin the mending of the various rips and tears and breaks in the ship, and Ursa dutifully following behind. The rest of you begin passing buckets and bailing out the water that has accumulated, and within another hour or so, as noon roughly rolls past into early afternoon, you begin once again sailing down this river and down further into along the hollow. And night comes quietly with a light snowfall as you begin to move further and further north. Darkvale will be here in the morning. Is there anything you guys finish or want to say or do in the evening? As by the morning you should arrive in Darkvale.
We need to figure out what our plan is.
I think
What are we doing? I don't know how to find any more information about this girl right now.
I think we get to Darkvale and then we try and send a letter to... Was it Isaac who's going to send this quest?
Well, didn't you confirm that sending a letter is just the same amount of time as us walking there, essentially?
Yeah, you're just going to hire someone else to walk there.
So then are we just going to hang out
Yep.
here forever?
Here. Andy, throw me not a history check. Anyone can throw history or survival.
History.
Survival.
I don't
19.
remember what my scores are.
19 survival.
18
Letter
history.
survival.
Okay.
That's pretty
So-
decent.
For the two of you, you've been traveling now for 5, it'll be 6 days on the river to Darkvale. On
Is the
foot,
river like windy or is it relatively straight? Or is it like bayou, like
and in little different
Louisiana?
sections. this has turned more of that. It started out pretty straight, but the last 2 days has been more of that kind of marsh peatland. As you continue through the day and into the morning, it kind of returns back to a straightaway river down to Darkvale. But if you were to go on a straight line from Darkvale to Karden, you're looking at like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. No, not 3 weeks. What am I saying? 5, 10. Yeah, I mean, 2 to 3 weeks on foot. It's not a quick jaunt. And then if you were to send a letter, that would be about 2 to 3 weeks, and then 2 to 3 weeks to get back if they left immediately. So you're looking at like 2 months for a call and response.
Jesus.
Can't wait 2 months.
All right, well, let's get to Darkvale. Let's find a place at least they could hold up, and then see where we could go from there.
Okay. You guys settle in again for another night on the boat. Watches are had, but with the danger now left behind, cooler temperatures prevail, and snow in full does begin to fall. And the boat, as it continues its travel through the evening, does kind of knock into bits and pieces of ice. And as the fog of morning comes, and a couple of hours further into the morning, still in 7, 8 in the morning, that fog begins to part as your boat pushes through thin freezing sheets of ice, and a looming series of shapes open on the horizon of a small riverside town and docks built at the edge of the north and south banks. And even at a distance, you can hear the roar of a massive waterfall that this river lets out to. Across the river, from both the north and south side on the docks, you can see a covered bridge walks and connects both north and south sides of this small harbor town. And as you get closer and closer to where Darkvale Bay meets the Nord Sea, you see the homes and water dusted with ash and snow. Not just snow and ice, but a gray of ash. On the banks, it turns the water foamy, and everything here begins to be stained gray. The air is hazy, and even in the cold, it has a singed smell and taste to it. You'll make your way into Upper Vale on the 17th of Nessus next time you play.
So fun. First combat. Well, first kind of second combat.
It's the first real one.
First real one. Good job, gang. When
Went so bad so many times.
Yeah, when the first hit takes me right down to half health, it's like, oh boy.
It's really starting to sink in, like, oh, we're not as strong
Not gods
as we used to be,
anymore.
or that what we're used to.
Yeah.